Hello, everyone. Well, as you can see outside, it is daytime, specifically 7:34 a.m. I ended up staying up all night last night, but weirdly enough, I don't feel dead dog tired. I honestly don't know where I'm getting my energy from. I think I might be getting it from this random song that was recommended to me on YouTube. It's called Education Connection, and it's like got the catchiest beat ever, and I can't stop listening to it. It's like a short, like, minute 30-second long commercial jingle, and something about it's just so fun and upbeat to listen to. I just, like, I can't get enough of it. It's like a lady singing about like how she's working an hourly wage, didn't pass went to high school, didn't do great. Now she got to make more cash, higher salaries, what she's looking for. So, so yeah, pretty awesome. It gives me those vibes of like early, wait, no, mid to late 2000s, like cheesy, like children's show TV shows, like from my youth, like Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, like stuff like that, but more so like with that corny but charming song with like fun energy, like something like Shiny Teeth in Me from Fairly Odd Parents. Definitely brings out some good spirits in me. That's all I gotta say. Anywho, I guess I better talk about my day because that's what these videos are about. So let's get started. Today was a pretty good day. I guess tonight was also a pretty good night as well. I remember yesterday I woke up at like 12 and I decided to take a shower. And when I was done, my mom and sister were watching a YouTube video about a guy talking about how medieval alchemy is very similar to what's going on with artificial intelligence right now, because he is a guy who majors in medieval history, and he was drawing a lot of parallels from various different medieval alchemists and philosophers who said a lot of things that sounded a lot really similar to what the big tech bros are saying in the current day and age. It was a pretty interesting video. After watching that and then making a cup of coffee and then having some Entenmann donuts, um, I decided it would be a good idea to go um, and watch this Age of AI video that was made back in 2020 or 19, hosted by Tony Stark himself, Robert Downey Jr. It was recommended to me a few days ago, but I didn't get around to seeing it until today, and I decided to watch it with my mom and my sister. And in this video, it was really bizarre and weird. Like, it was interesting to see it because it was really before stuff like large language models started to really become more prominent in people's lives. Like, it was mostly a video focusing on people making digital avatars and clones of themselves. It was also a video about like people who create uh, prosthetics for their arms, like if they lost their hand or something, and they can use like a AI hand using neural networks to better predict unpredictable motion. Um, and yeah, there was like a guy who's trying to create like a AI like brain that was like the mind of like a child, so that way the VFX artists who worked on movies like King Kong could train this AI kid to slowly learn and recognize things and patterns and symbols and whatnot. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting video that covered a wide variety of subjects for sure. Now, after watching that, I remember I decided to get dressed, and I left for work. Say goodbye to my mom and my sister. When I arrived at work today, it was an entire day of sweeps once again. So had to make sure I punched all my sweeps in on time for produce and store sweeps and break room sweeps. And I did just that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really not much else to say other than just swept a lot, honestly. So, I did take my first break, and I spent that break refilling my water canteen and then going upstairs to get a Doan's backache medicine because my back was aching today, and I felt like I needed that to lower the pain levels. So I took that, and then it was time to go back to work. Continued sweeping and punching until eventually it was my lunch break, where I decided it would be a good idea to have a Burger King. So I found a Burger King nearby, and I tried their meal. I forget what it's called, but like something about like their steakhouse burger or whatever. Um, it had like onion rings in it and mushrooms, and I had that. Meh. It was very mushy. The onion rings weren't crispy. The mushrooms were mushy. It just tasted like it was made half-heartedly, which if you're paying $16 for a meal, you expect it to at least taste like there was some chutzpah and effort put into it, if you know what I mean. So that was a shame. As I was eating that, I was watching a really interesting video by Mr. Ross Coldheart on uh, his show called Reality Check on News Nation, where he was talking with a guy who was analyzing these strange structures on the moon with like flat walls that were discovered, and he was like citing references of NASA and whatnot in the video, and like talking about how there was like a really interesting like glowing area on the moon that seemed to refract light, and like it was like a dome that was being shown on. And then in some old NASA pictures there's like blue crafts that are in the background as the astronauts are walking around on the lunar surface. So I thought all of that was absolutely fascinating and really interesting. Now, after that video, I remember I punched back for work. I ended up wiping down all the check stands for closing duty. I refilled check stands with bags. One of my coworkers brought all the trashes together in the back, but I threw out the trashes. And then, and my other coworker also brought in the carts and signs, so that was really nice. I really appreciated that. And he also closed the produce blinds too, so very cool. And then afterwards, I remember I punched out. I said goodbye to my coworkers, my boss. Anything interesting happen at work? I showed one of my coworkers the little short project I'm working on. He said he thought it was in the right direction, so that was cool. Other than that, yeah, nothing too interesting to talk about. So I got in my car, I drove off. When I arrived home, I greeted my mom and our cat. I said goodnight to both of them. Then I decided to turn on the front TV in the den, and I just started like binging video after video of like man, like it was crazy. It was like from Ross Cold Heart's Moon video, which I didn't finish on my lunch break because I only had a half-hour lunch break, so I decided to watch the rest of that. And then like I meditated for like a half hour, listening to frequency tuning, and then after that, um, I remember I decided to play a game called Teardown on the PlayStation 5, which is a really cool game. It's like uses square voxel graphics, and the objective is like you have to take like items and basically ship them from one area of the map to the next without getting caught. And it's really really exhilarating and really fun and interesting and snappy gameplay, and I really like it. And then I decided to go in my room and listen to a new Preston Dennett video where he was talking about like hairy extraterrestrials terrorizing people. That's all I remember. And as I was listening to that, sorry, I was doing some figure sketching. So that went well. And then I remember I was watching like the SpongeBob movie for a little bit because they had that for free on YouTube. So I was like going down memory lane for a while until after they get in the Krabby the paddy wagon. So yeah, that's where I left off of that. Oh yeah, and as I was watching the TV in the room, I ate like 3 Entenmann donuts and a bowl of Cheetos with a Diet Pepsi, and then a cup of coffee. And yeah, so yeah, lots of energy. And I was just recommended that random video of like the lady doing her little dance and like singing that song, and it was pretty catchy. I really liked that song. Education Connection. So check it out if you can find it on YouTube. Yeah, eventually I decided to spend half an hour on Brain Jam since I was like neglecting it all night. And then when I was done with that, I was like, oh yeah, I need to update my YouTube channel. So I'm recording this video. So yeah, that's pretty much the day. Um, it was pretty good. I really need to go to bed earlier though. I've been really bad about staying up too late, so gotta fix that. As evidence right there. Well, I'm gonna go to do a little bit of editing on this and then publish it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.